Empire Tabletop!
Three, two, one. Welcome to Empire Tabletop. This is exactly why I don't do countdowns, because I know people are going to troll me. You guys are halfway through the ritual!
Yay!
Yay!
Sister Marta finally gets pulled out of her jail cell, and she's still nice and faithful because you didn't let Garrett touch her.
Yeah.
And you cut out her heart, and I can't remember which of you did that. Was it you?
It was me.
It was you.
I need to get my fix.
I thought yeah, that's right. I thought it was you.
Don't ask people.
Yeah. And Zorin, chopped her heart out and placed it on the thing. And the old heart apparently was still it was all shriveled and stuff, but it was still beating, which is pretty cool. And
Nice.
You heard the statue, and it said "Tezatra Vo," which is
Bless you.
which is I see
Because you're dead.
in Abyssal. Let's see. Because you're the one who cut the heart out, you got a permanent +1 to your Constitution score. Crazy.
I'm so happy about that.
So that was the big event for that week. The following week, something not so great happened. Because, Kage was just busy. Or was it Kage or was it Aki's character who was on the scrying thing the whole day?
Kage.
I think it was Kage, yeah. And he noticed that people on the first floor were not having a very good time. For whatever reason.
I don't know,
Like you
being
saw-
sucked dry of all your bodily fluids sounds pretty good.
Some of them were running,
Well, I guess if you look at it a certain way.
some of them were dead, and some of them were being absorbed by a cloud of ash. And then,
Oh,
Alright, that
this
was
guy.
and then Kage went to check on the plants. Because there were some plants, I guess, that Aki left there that she had trained to yell, "Hail Asmodeus," and
with talk plants.
Yeah.
I could make plants talk with my spells.
and they went, "Hail Asmodeus," and then they got, overcome by ash. And Aki's character was like, "No!" And then she,
He killed my plants.
yep.
Prepared to die.
And then she just, she was like, "Oh, I can just get any other plants."
My name is
and do
Indigo
that."
Plant.
Like, now I have to replace them. Oh,
Oh my god.
That's brilliant.
You have +2, Garrett. +2.
So you decided this was the kind of issue that you should probably deal with. So everybody went downstairs, and you saw a big cloud of ash that was just screaming in rage at everything. And a bunch of dead minions all over the place. And Hexer and Vexer showed up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that thing." And you guys were like, "What is that thing? Do you know what that is?" And they were like, yeah, he just shows up every year. And you were like, "Why didn't you tell us about it?" And they were like, why didn't you ask?" So you fought it. And, it did... I mean, you knew it could talk, but didn't really have anything to say. So you just kind of had to punch it to death. Yeah, that was about the end of that, except for, a bunch of bodies everywhere. You lost a couple points in survivability, but whatever. It's
You
fine.
can get it back.
They're just
did
minions,
we-
they're not bogards.
Did we order people to, come and fix our door? They messed up and it's like...
Yeah,
Them,
you literally have killed carpenters for putting a door in wrong.
Yeah.
You don't really care about the survivability of your troops.
Yeah, well, I mean, we want to survive, but...
The following week, an uninteresting gang war broke out between the orphanage and a bunch called Thatcher's Crew. I can't even remember how you guys dealt with it.
I don't even remember this.
I think Kyra went to go hunt people.
I think,
Yes, I did.
and I think Kage,
Yeah, Kage got involved.
Kage
I was
got
gone
involved.
for 2 weeks. Is
He
this
did,
one of those weeks, or?
It might have been.
Didn't he convince them to join up?
Yes, I think he did via, murdering the leader and replacing him or something along those lines.
I don't think we killed anyone.
No?
I'm pretty sure he just convinced them to not...
Oh yeah, maybe that was
Fight
his
each other.
original plan. Now I was like, just use a diplomacy check, man, and he did. So, yeah, okay, that works. And yeah, that's how uninteresting it was. I can barely remember what happened because all it amounted to was you get a couple points in this and you lose 1 point in that. And then The Banner Verdant. So Grumblejack, up on the top of the thing, because you guys have him up in the sanctum now.
Yeah.
He was watchfully, sleeping on the porch, and woke up, and he took a look through his spyglass, and he was like, "Oh, there's someone waiting down there near the horn. He's got like a robe on." And then one of you grabbed it and, he looked into, and you're like, "That's not a robe. That's a gi. It's like a karate man outfit."
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't remember this.
Oh, yes, you do.
And Ashura was like, "Oh shit, better go 1v1 that guy." And you went down. He said hi. Everybody else was sort of like, "Oh god, there's gonna be a fight. Come on." And he sort of like waited in the background.
Watch this. Yeah.
And it turns out that the figure was Eden, which was Owen's old character and a monk, and the wife of Adam, who was a paladin.
Oh, right.
Who we horribly, brutally murdered.
Yes, it was not.
Get into that.
It was not a nice thing. She claimed to be upset about that, and she challenged Ashura to single combat.
Oh, you're talking about Adam. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. No. What? No, I'm talking about Eden, who is.
No, I know. Never mind.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're great.
I'm awesome. Anyway, actually, this whole story is about why I'm not awesome. It turns out that, word got around that there's a karate person, and karate can happen if you want to go over to the horn and do karate and get murdered. And Eden was like, "Hey, I hear you give your opponents the first shot." And Ashura was like, yeah, bring it on. So they fought each other, and nothing controversial happened at all. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
In the end.
I agree with us.
In the end, it was okay.
Yeah. And
it's not perfect, but it was alright. Alright, I'm going to explain things here.
Oh boy.
I'm going to let out grievances. Not grievances on my part. I've eventually come to terms that it was done. Anyway, for Eden's first attack, in the very beginning of the fight, I rolled a natural 20 and a natural 20 on the confirmation roll. And a popular house rule for 3rd edition in Pathfinder is that if the attack and confirmation roll are both natural 20s, you roll a 3rd die. And if that one's a natural 20, then the target of the attack is killed instantly. No one usually cares about that rule because it never happens, because it's a 1 in 800 chance of breaking someone's heart.
Everyone listening can see where this is going.
Yeah. My 3rd roll was, of course, a natural 20. I announced that Ashura was dead via her head getting kicked off, without really thinking about it, before realizing to my dismay that no one understood what the hell I was talking about, since they rightfully thought that the rule was a component of a previous set of house rules that we were no longer using, which was the critical hit tables for Mage of Worms, if you remember that.
Right.
Yeah, but it was a separate thing. But no, it didn't click in my head. So after some discussion, I thought it was only fair that Ashura shouldn't die. So I let Aisir restore her to life through a miracle of voodoo and the use of 1 cool point, which she graciously did.
My dad helped.
Your dad helped. Your dad's
dancing disembodied
head thing.
Yeah.
He's got friends on the other side.
Damn right I do.
That is
kind of,
cool.
yeah.
I absolutely fucking do.
+2, Garrett.
I love that song.
But as it turned out,
I love that song.
it wasn't just Eden standing there, because when Garrett and everybody else rushed in to, kill Eden after Ashura was defeated.
Is this one with the gnome?
This is the one with the gnome.
Oh, yeah, I remember this is a good one.
Oh, the gnome.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
The nearby tree turned out to be a druid, who turned out to be wild-shaped into an Allosaurus, and popped up right next to Garrett. And also a dwarf barbarian started charging up towards Garrett.
You took it down.
Oh, was it a dwarf or that was a gnome?
There was like a dwarf.
With a
I think yes, it was a dwarf. And Garrett didn't give a shit about either of those people.
Yeah.
Because there's a gnome that was mocking him.
Yeah. He crotch chopped me.
He did.
I am the one who crotch chopped.
He did the Waluigi crotch chop.
Ugh.
I'm totally playing that too.
Oh, I love this game. Oh, damn it.
Oh, sorry.
And it was actually pretty cool because this is the one where you were there because there was also a ranger there, and you two were having a fucking sniper duel from across the battlefield at each other.
He was winning.
She
was winning.
She was winning a little, but you did get some hits in. Basically Uncle Bob spent most of his time trying to hit the gnome illusionist, and everyone else kind of had to deal with the Meliers. Once Aki was done with the ritual to bring Owen back to life.
That was literally the best thing. It's like, I finished the ritual. It's like, okay, I'm just going to hold the neck there. It'll be fine. Dad'll take care of it. We'll reattach. And then it was done, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can join the battle now. Hey, there's a dinosaur over there. Time for a snowball.
And you threw it, and did you crit? Or
I critted.
She did the wind-up and everything. Like,
you critted, and you did a ton of damage, and you just killed the druid instantly.
360 no-scope MLG!
She didn't even put a rock in there or anything. It just popped his head.
So, yeah.
Hit the druid, hit the dinosaur. Dinosaur stood there for a second, and then popped over the druid. And it was like,
the druid died.
Look at his face.
Free. The gnome eventually got his head blown off by Garrett's hammer. After Garrett's dice started behaving again.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Barbarian was killed somehow. I can't remember how.
I don't think I killed. I don't even remember the dwarf from Barbarian.
Might have been a Kage or
accident,
maybe Kyra. Were you in that fight?
Yes, she
Yeah.
was.
Okay, it was probably Kyra then.
I was the one that dragged his body
That's
and
right.
head
Yes, you
across the field.
Right. And the ranger, after seeing this and after taking quite a few hits herself, ran away into the forest.
Coward!
Couldn't find the fucker even on a 20.
Yeah,
So
she
mad
was.
about
She had. Let's see here. She had a spell that helped to hide her tracks. So you guys had to make a will save to get. So even to assist in the tracking efforts, you guys and all of your your hounds and your horse and all that, who were rolling to assist, had to make the save in order to contribute. The bad guy. Let's see.
she got away.
She got away.
TLDR.
She got away with her magic and her
Eating snakes.
and her stupid stealth bonus.
Oh, damn it.
I'm so upset.
Would you guys like to guess
I
what her
heard her
stealth
on
bonus
Disney.
was?
Plus 15.
Higher.
20.
20. She had a plus 20 to her stealth.
Fuck.
Yep.
Probably more because of her favorite terrain or something like that.
That would have explained a lot.
So yeah, she did manage to escape. But everyone else was dead, and you got all their stuff. And you also found
Especially Owen stuff.
an interesting bit of trivia.
Oh, no.
The journal of the gnome Phineas Greenhold
Oh, yeah.
held clues and a story that seemed to indicate that they were tipped off.
What an interesting development today. We were approached by a so-called holy man full of talk about visions and angels and so forth. He claimed the spirits had driven them to stop the wickedness going on in the Horn and to rally us to our destiny. Mentioned us almost by name, the angels did. I'm flattered. He delivered us his pitch and then gave to us an immense pile of information, including maps, names, and so much more. Really, he did everything but give the keys to the front door. Of course, I don't accept such gifts without a fair degree of skepticism. I had Vithia track the holy man, and our fears turned out to be justified. She saw this angel speaker slip into a side alley and transform back into a dark-haired and much younger human. My tracker followed the human through the streets of Farhold and saw the young man rendezvous with a strange white-haired woman with a white raven on her shoulder. He called her Zed. They didn't say much to each other. All he said was, "It is done. The ninth is finished." I'm unsure exactly what that means, but clearly we're being used in some sort of double-cross between various factions of the cult that occupies the Horn. Ah, evildoers. They never change. So they want us to be their assassins, eh? Well, it's a job we don't mind doing. We'll be cautious about this information, obviously, but I think it's likely to pan out. They wouldn't want their dupes to fail, after all, would they? Of course, when we're done, I think we'll pay the holy man a little visit as well. Vethi is pretty sure the woman in white must be staying at the nearby inn, the Old Briar Hall in Aldi. What a piece of work is my elven tracker. She tracked a shape changer through almost half a mile of city, managed to eavesdrop on a private guarded conversation and reported back without even a ripple of trouble. Ha! Remind me to give that girl and almost even share the treasure. Tomorrow we attack the Horn. I can feel it in my bones. This is the big one. After this, I just know that our wee little band will never be the same.
They were told your strengths, your weaknesses, the layout of your dungeon, or at least to the farthest extent that they knew, by Zadaria.
Who called this? Garrett called this.
Typically, Owen called it all the way fucking back in the ball.
Yeah. Owen was like, I want to kill you now,
Okay, yeah,
but I have to wait until you do something.
Okay, yeah,
And she did something.
She did something.
But I helped call it.
Now I have a reason to kill her, and not God nor her cardinal can stop me.
No, Cardinal was all like,
In
no.
fact, you guys called Cardinal Thorn in, and he was like, "What the fuck do you want? The ritual's not done."
Oh, that's right.
And he
called him?
They broke the tablet and they
She
called
just
him
brought
in.
her head and be like, then called him.
No.
He gave me.
He would have actually given you a bonus if you did that, but yeah.
He gave me minions for this.
Yeah, he.
Oh yeah.
He showed.
He gave us the succubi.
No, they're not succubi. They're working women.
Close enough.
Same shit. I'm just kidding.
Aranis?
They're Aranis, which are like
there you go.
which are like mortal hunters, not succubi. Anyway.
I feel like that's a pretty good bonus.
Yeah. So
Also-
yeah, basically he was like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe those fuckers," and he left, and you guys were confused for a second. Then he came back with two Aranis who are devils that are meant to hunt mortals down. So and he was like, "Take these ladies, go murder those guys. Don't call me again until you have the Tears of Aklis, okay?" And then he left.
Will the contract hurt you guys if you killed her before?
They broke the
Oh, yeah.
contract. They're not
Yeah.
part of it anymore.
Cardinal Thorn actually officially said while you guys were there, I relieve these guys from their contract. They, as in accordance with the Pact of Thorns, they gotta go die now.
Wait,
He did the old Cardinal Thorn and Zadaria's group.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
The White Ravens are about to be the dead chickens.
they're about to be the dead chickens, but that's next session.
Their goose is cooked.
So I'll let you. So you guys get to know how that goes next week. Empire Tabletop out.